Were you aware that Utah has dropped out of one of the best places to live at for 2022 and 2023 by a report in U.S. News and World Report? We actually have no cities in the top 10. How about the top 20? There again, we have 0 cities that made the list for the top 20. So on this video, I'll discuss some of the cities that made the top 20 list and my thoughts as to why some Utah cities deserve to be rated higher than the cities you see on the list. I'm actually glad we're not on the top 20, so stay tuned to the end for my take on why I like the idea of not being ranked in the top 20. So let's get after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the local area. On this channel, we talk everything about the state of Utah. Eating, sleeping, drinking, playing. This is your first time on the channel? You may consider tapping that subscribe button down below and hitting that bell notification, and you'll receive an alert every time I release a new video. And apart from doing videos, we also help people buy or sell real estate right here in the local area. So if you're interested in buying or selling real estate in a state that's not in the top 20, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. 7 days a week, we got your back when moving to the U state. As we get started, I'd love for you to drop a comment down below and let me know if any Utah city should be on the top 20 list. Also, if you see a city on the top 20 list that you do not think deserves to be on the list, I would love to know about it in the comments. So coming in first on the list, we have Huntsville, Alabama, a city that I have never personally visited, but I've had conversations with some people that come from that local area, and I hear great things about Huntsville. So it probably deserves the #1 ranking. Coming in #2 on the list, we have Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's a great place, an area that I have visited many times. I do enjoy my trips to the Air Force Academy. It is a very popular place. It has been a very popular place for many years. Also, #4 on the list, Boulder, Colorado. I've heard great things about this area. So both cities probably deserve their high rankings. Then we come #3 on the list, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now it gets a little tricky. They chose Green Bay over a city in Utah. Well, in my opinion, a city in Utah would probably be a little bit better. I've been to Green Bay. It's a great area, great people, great place to visit, very friendly, but the winters are brutal. Got a good friend of mine that lived here in Utah for many years. He retired from the military, decided to stay. When he approached about 60 years old, he decided he wanted to move back home to the Green Bay area. Well, he's now back in Utah. Why, you might ask? The winters. He couldn't handle it. He bought a beautiful home on 5 acres next to a lake. It was great during the summer, but like he told me, you have 10 months of winter. It's a full-time job maintaining the property, and it just became too much. Just during the winter, some days he'd spend all day removing snow. He had a 600-foot driveway. He did have a tractor with a blower on it, but some days it was just snow and snow 3 to 4 times a day. He was outside trying to remove the snow. Now he lives in Utah in a modest home on a 1/4 of an acre. Go out there with his lawnmower, 20 minutes, he's all done. When it snows in the winter, like he says, Mike, most of the times I can just take a shovel, poof, it's gone. Then we hit #5 on the list, San Jose, California. Wow, really? People are leaving this area and they're leaving the state of California in record numbers, record numbers. Let's look at their own data that they provided in this report. And this report was the best places to live, not the best places to visit or vacation or enjoy recreational activities, but the best places to live. Their own numbers state that the median home price is $1.4 million with an average salary of $93,000. For me, the math does not add up. How do you make $93,000 a year and afford a $1.4 million home? Then you have the unemployment rate. It's 7.8% according to their statistics. Currently in Utah, we are below 2%. So my question is, on a $93,000 salary, how do you afford to live here? So then we have cities like Raleigh and Durham, North Carolina, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Portland, Maine, and Sarasota, Florida. They probably all deserve to be on the list. They're probably great places, especially Sarasota, Florida. There are a lot of people moving to Florida right now. It's a very hot area of the country at the current moment. So coming in, number 10 on the list, they have San Francisco, California. Really? I mean, it's a place that I've visited many times. It's a great place to be a tourist. I mean, I will admit they have world-class museums, award-winning restaurants, beautiful neighborhoods. It's a great place to visit. But this list was great places to live. And you choose this city over a city in Utah? What about the crime rate? It's not too pretty out there in San Francisco. The drug problem, doesn't look too good. I mean, there's drug problems in Utah, no doubt, but not to the magnitude that you see in San Francisco. The homeless situation. Yes, we do have homeless people in the state of Utah. In San Francisco, the problem's probably 10, 20, 50 times greater. Then let's talk about the cost of living. Currently, $7 to $8 gas, $4 milk, electricity rates that are through the roof. And the average home is well over $1 million. I'm not sure if you could even find anything under $1 million. Then the property taxes, probably one of the highest areas in the country. I mean, I can go on and on. Oh, I can't forget to mention the sales tax rate and the state income tax rate. Out of the top 10 cities, I was surprised to see only one Florida city and no cities from the state of Texas. This is two of the hottest states that we have at the moment for growth. People from all over the country are moving to these two states, especially from the state of California. Yes, record growth into Texas and Florida. And as I look position 11 through 20, I finally see one Texas city, Austin. What about areas like Houston and Dallas? Very popular at the current moment. Coming in at number 15, Boise, Idaho. A great area, probably deserves to be on the list. It's an area that I like. It's probably one of the hottest areas for the state of Idaho, the whole Boise area that people are moving to. Then comes number 18, Boston. Beautiful city, but this is another area that's very expensive to live. The cost of living is very high. And then coming in at number 19, Washington, D.C. I mean, really? They beat a city in Utah? What about the crime, the homeless situation? I mean, I could go on and on about Washington, D.C. As we continue down the list, coming in at number 23, Salt Lake City, an area that I'm familiar with. According to their rankings, we got an overall rating of 6.5. Quality of life, 6.8. Now, let's examine it a little bit closer. That 6.8 equals the value for Huntsville, Alabama, which is in the number 1 spot. And our quality of life ranking of 6.8 ties the city of San Francisco, which also received a 6.8 rating. But we come in at number 23 on the list. That's okay. I actually like not being in the top 10 or top 20. Let me explain. Have you ever seen that show, Diners, Dives, and Drive-Ins? I believe the host, his name's Guy Fieri. He's a guy with the blonde hair. Well, he tours around the country trying to find some of America's best eateries, some of the greatest places to eat in the United States. And typically you'll find that these locations, it's a mom and pop type of business, a family-run business, and they usually have just one location, but the food is absolutely amazing. Probably some of the best food you'll find in the United States. Well, Utah is very similar. It's a hidden gem, and I like it that way. Many people choose to move here, not from being on a list like this, but usually from being a tourist. They come here to the national parks, or they come here skiing, or ride their UTV, or their mountain bike, and they fall in love with Utah's outdoor recreation. They also fall in love with Utah's family atmosphere and beautiful scenery. Also throw in the fact that we have low unemployment with many great jobs in many different fields. Or some people hear about Utah from friends who have moved here. I personally have worked with people who have moved here, and many more people have followed along. While Utah is not on the list, I still think it's a great place to live, and I'm not moving. And yes, people are still moving here in record numbers, and companies are also relocating here in record numbers. In conclusion, I came across this article, and as I was reading the list, I was a little bit shocked on some of the cities that made the top 20 list. So I thought I'd just have to do a video on this particular topic. I'd love to know in the comments down below, do you agree with the list? What cities should probably not be on the list? If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. Till the next video, take care and stay safe.